what's happening so far is that I'm spending way too much time, and but I'm sort of dragging him down to my level, in that he will spend a lot of time as well, and that then he will get in time trouble, and we will both be in time trouble. And so far, I've handled that a bit better.
Yeah, that was an objectively drawn endgame, but with a few seconds left on the clock, it's very difficult to defend. And I've lost countless of games in drawn positions with very little amount of time on the clock. So yeah, stuff happens.
Okay, let's go for d4.
I should just try to play fast. My only chance. That night before, I think I took like 2 minutes of think there after night before. The position was really confusing. I was a pawn up, but his knight was very active. So taking 2 minutes for one move is never a good sign in blitz.
Let's see what he has in store. He played the the Queen's Gambit against me in the recent St. Louis event. Here goes for the semi-towerish. Okay, I guess I'll take. And he goes for the boring line. Oh well. Okay. This isn't much.
But we'll see. Yeah, forget about the past. Move on to this one. But generally, a disastrous start for me.
This isn't much at all. Okay, you go e4, I suppose. Takes. He clearly knows this stuff, which is not really part of my plan.
Okay. Yeah, now this position is still theory. I believe I played this against Mami Diro 2 years ago in a Grandchester Blitz tournament. Black should be absolutely fine.
Okay, so his idea is, I think, to go bishop d7, then knight c6. Or maybe it is to go bishop f6 next. Would be nice to know. Queen b6, and then rook d8. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Probably don't have anything. Nah, don't think so. Guess I'll just castle. To rook d8, I'll go. Where will I go?
Here. So I doubt that Magnus would repeat this line ever again. Because Black has no problems. Okay, forget about that F3 game. Just move on to this one. Queen d3. It's the way to get rid of the pin. Queen d3, knight a6, I think, or knight d7, followed by knight c5.
Yeah, I mean, my first intention was just to go queen b3. But now I was thinking of some tricks with rook c1, like hoping for knight c6, and then I take, sack the queen. And if bishop f6, I may have queen a4. Bishop d, nah, that's nothing. Okay, we'll just exchange the queens. Hope for the best. Okay, knight a6 is a bit surprising. I guess still a very decent move.
Just so hard to forget the game when someone plays f3, king f2, and just crushes you. That's just so humiliating. Yeah, but to be fair and objectively, I shouldn't have lost that game. Stuff happens. Can't play f3 because of bishop c5, so he's going to have to find a different way to protect the e4 pawn. So, don't know. Maybe he'll play knight b5, and then I play bishop d7.
So his idea here is to go knight c5, threatening both e4 and knight a4. Okay, so I'll start with, no, f3 is no good, obviously. What can I do then? Okay. Didn't see what to do, so I just take. The idea was to ba6, I go knight c6, and I'm very slightly better in some opposite color bishop's position. But now I think I'm not at all better. It's slight weakness on ace b7, b6 is completely outweighed by the fact that he has the bishop pair. Maybe there was even some knight bishop a4 funny business that could have happened there. So now I'm just trying to play it safe. Bishop b4, knight b4 next, maybe.
But the time situation seems like a clickbait in a way, because right now I'm ahead by 2.5 minutes on the clock. But then Magnus just wins anyway. So it's like the clock situation, the opening doesn't really matter even. Because he will play a very confusing move. And then I would spend 2 minutes in one move. And then suddenly he just win the game. So I think the time situation just makes me feel comfortable, but in fact I'm still in huge trouble. Yeah, he's going to play bishop b4. Rook a8, bishop b4, bishop a4. That should be fine for me. Unless I'm wrong. But bishop b4, bishop a4, and I get the d file.
Okay, we bring the old king along. Or will I? Yeah, I think I will. Getting a bit short on time again. And blundering a pawn. That is pretty bad news. Okay.
And objectively, black should never lose such a position. Wait, I have check and bishop d3, right? Yeah. Finally, my one move tricks are working. My one move tricks. That's probably like One of the only things I'm good at blitz, finding this one move tricks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need a miracle to save this one now. Knight c4. Just playing too slowly and poorly, and might be finally getting the just sort of punishment for it.
Should keep the bishop there, right? Because if it takes on c6, then the position, the pawn structure would be changed a little bit. It's not a good sign to. Okay, objectively, I should win this game, but I highly doubt that I am going to.
Just try to keep the game going. He's playing very fast. Okay. I mean, I don't think this is any good. I'm just trying to use any sort of excuse to try and set up a fortress.
Well, I am ahead on the clock, so I shouldn't doubt myself. Rook c1 looks like winning now, right? Or bb4. Looks winning, but the question is, can I win it? Looks winning. Rook c1, knight c1, take, but c3. He probably makes some sort of a fortress if I traded all the rooks. But you got knight c5. Yeah, it looks winning. Not sure if I'm gonna win it, but it looks winning.
I think it's not even gonna be close to enough. But it's got him thinking a bit, finally. Okay, now I have to go b3 in order to free the knight. Probably might as well give up e3. I don't think that pawn really matters too much. Okay. So the idea is to go f4. And then I'll go with the king to d4 and claim that I have some sort of fortress. Okay, now go knight to d4, I think. Okay, knight d6. Just hoping that this kind of works. Good thing is, I think you probably missed it.
So he has fortress, yeah? He's making a fortress out of a position where he's 2 pawns down. It's incredible. Yeah, I don't doubt for a second that Magnus is a genius in chess. Making a fortress, he's making a fortress. But stupid, annoying knight. Highly annoying knight, yeah, jumping all over the place.
If you hadn't gone king g8, g4, I probably would have gone h4, try and close up the king side and claim that I have some sort of fortress. So it goes for f6. I don't have to take, but I think I will. Okay. Getting dangerously short time.
Jumping all over the place this night makes it so hard to think. See, he's jumping all around the place. I've got 95. Yeah, he's gonna drop my king. Oh, freak, I missed that knight f8.
I do have some drawing chances here, I think. Okay, knight f8, we win a pawn. That's got to be a good start. Probably will go e5. This is getting a bit iffy for him.
Okay, e5, fe5, g5, e6, h4, blah blah, e7. I'll take the gamble. Probably gonna end up losing this game. g4, freak. This guy finds all the best moves.
Okay, I'll actually take it. It looks a bit counterintuitive to give him a pass pawn like this, but I guess I have to go g4, otherwise his pawn was queenie. And I might be doing okay, actually. e7 seems like a safe pre-move. I don't think he's winning g4, and because of that, I believe I'm sort of escaping. Okay, now I got knight g6, this little trick getting the knight to e5. Cannot take on g4, and thus I believe the game should be drawn. King f3, I think he has no way to make progress. Yeah, I think he can't do anything. b6, I just give a check and I go back. Okay.
How could he find? I should have played g4 first, right? No, but then e7. How does he find all the best moves? Freak. Now my bishop is flanked. Jeez. Ah. Horrible. Well, I don't know if I'd say play horribly or brilliant defense by Magnus.